Good Monday morning and welcome back, my friends. It's good to see you. If you're popping in, say hello. Don't be shy. Can't see much on Facebook who's out there if they're lurking, but we'd like to welcome you to this morning because this is a great day. Here we are into December already, the 4th of December. My, how time's flying. It's only like 21 days or something to Christmas. Only a short bit longer to the end of the year. What are you doing to prepare? Well, yesterday I was looking at a particular aspect. I'm reading this book by Brendan Burchard. It's his latest, High Performance Habits. It sparked in me something from way back, and that was long ago. I was in Boy Scouts and I was working towards my Eagle Scout, and I think the underlying message, underlying tone that I had as I was going through the various steps towards that Eagle level was the fact that I was doing these three things, and I didn't realize that at the time, but I was doing these things. And he talks about high performance leaders, about how to get there, what do high performance leaders, high performance habit people do? How are they successful? Well, they're doing things that with greater clarity, with a level above where people are average. So most people in the workplace are just doing the average, just doing enough to get their paycheck, getting enough to stay hired, perhaps, and then the company is only doing enough to pay them at that level, just enough so that they retain. Well, how do high performance leaders stand out? How do those people stand out? Well, they do BRB. And BRB is actually it's a formula, but let's take them breaking down, right? So believe plus receive equals become. So let's start with believe. Believe is you have this persona, you have this image, you have this understanding of who you are, where you're at. What do you want to accomplish? So back when I was a scout, I had this image of being an Eagle Scout at an early age, and I did make it. I didn't quite make it where I thought I was going to make it. I was going to get Eagle Scout by 12 and be one of the youngest Eagle Scouts in the Boy Scout program. But I just made it over 13, but it was another goal in there was to be able to be a Boy Scout or Eagle Scout, reach Eagle Scout by the time Gerald Ford was in office and stayed in office, so I could get the little certificate from the White House. Morning, Lisa, welcome. Morning, everyone that's out there listening on replay. Put a comment out, say hi. What was the first point where you learned to believe plus receive to become? Where did you become? So you take in believe. So I was putting this image out there. I knew what I wanted to accomplish. I wanted to be an Eagle Scout early in age. Because I thought that was a cool thing to do, and kind of stepped up and really worked the program to the minimums as best I could. And then I also had this goal that I wanted to be an Eagle Scout. Once I found out Gerald Ford was an Eagle Scout, and at that time, and he was the president of the United States. So you get a little card from him, and it was really nice to be able to get a certificate because they also had the president of the United States sign the certificate. So it was kind of cool to have an Eagle Scout welcoming a new Eagle Scout. So I believe that. I set a plan. I worked that plan. I worked the other things that I did in that so I could get there, right? But I also had to receive some things. I had to receive some new skills. I had to receive the understanding and the openness to get into that next step. And I had to welcome it. I had to learn a couple different skills. I need to learn how to work with people. So not only receiving, but building. And I think that receiving is the end result is, yes, you have that skill, you're developing that skill, you're receiving that benefit. You're receiving the benefit of having that skill, of building better relationships, learning how to lead, toughening yourself up as far as strengthening yourself, making yourself a better leader, working with people to understand what that means. So you're receiving that benefit, receiving that understanding, and receiving, in the Boy Scouts, also faith. And faith was a component of that. So receiving all those benefits so that you can become that leader. So what are you doing today? If you remember back the last time, what was the first time, and what's the most current time that you believed, that you received, and you became? So how do you become? We'll talk about that more tomorrow, but I wanted to drop that out as the start for the week. Here's the challenge for the week. What is the most current time that you are believing plus receiving to become? And high performance people, those that have those habits, are doing it periodically. When they get to that next level and they look to what they need to believe, what they need to receive to become the next level. So stand out from the average, my friends. Stand out and do that. I think you'll like it. I think you'll like operating at that higher level. Remember, walking through the apex, walking through, something to that higher plane, to look beyond. You're not meant to look at the rock in front of you. You're meant to get above that rock. Use that rock as a step to get above that ridge, to look beyond and determine that new persona, the new image, the new you that's waiting to be discovered. So be well this week. Enjoy this wonderful first week of December. The super moon was early this morning. I don't know if you caught it, but there was a lot of light out there. It really opened up and made it almost like daylight outside when that super moon was overhead. Take today, make it a super moon day. Have a great day. See you soon.